I have one final question for you all today. We're talking about patching the roof. Patching the roof. You're not going to get any warranty on patching it. Have you considered doing the entire roof, which this way you will get a 20-year NDL, which is no dollar limit on the roof?
That's right. The 20-year NDL on the flat roof portion, which we're doing. The sloped roof portion is, there's $12,000 allotted to repair of the sloped asphalt shingle roof.
That answers my question.
I keep hearing about this no cost to taxpayers, but the bond we're getting is for the building. What about the staff, the furniture, the heating, the lighting, janitorial staff, the maintenance? These are things that's not covered by grant money.
We already paid this.
We're already paying that in those buildings. The staff is coming from the buildings where they previously are located now. All staff will be transferred to that building.
And the heating and lighting, we're already paying.
We're already paying. This building is not closed down. We won't, maybe not paying as much, but we're still paying. Heating and lighting is still being paid there.
Okay, the outside, oh, you said a healthy building. What type of green building materials are we using? You keep promoting a healthy building. So what green materials are we using and where?
We use low VOC paints, that's volatile organic content paints. We use high content recycled materials like 85% recycled ceiling tiles and 60% recycled sheetrock. We would specify, I'm not sure, Jason, if we're doing, what type of flooring is it? Are we doing hardwood floors in here? We're not sure with that. Okay.
We're not sure about the floor.
Just the actual material.
It still remains in the design process to decide in the playroom if you're going to put wood flooring or synthetic flooring down. That's what I was asking for. Wood flooring would be bamboo because it's rapidly renewable material.
Are we using solar at any point around the building?
No, that's not included in this job.
Well, the question is why not? Because our county is pushing it. Our town is pushing it in the county.
But it costs you.
Well, it costs, but there are rebates that you get back once you use it.
You'll get about 45% in rebates between local and federal government rebates. You'll get about 45%. You'll have to foot the other 55%.
They'll pay for itself in the long run.
Okay, you said the library. What size is the library? How many children will it hold? What are the dimensions? After the shelving is in, the books and the furniture?
Now it's 1,223 square feet.
We're looking at 550.
Okay.
And the other thing with the healthy building, you have to look at those old boiler systems, the old mechanical systems, the old electrical systems. The new systems that we'll be putting in will be significantly more efficient than the ones before. So you know even nowadays.
And the windows.
Yep. And so we have all of those things.
Windows and doors. Okay, this is for the school board, I guess, because it's not with you guys. Are we doing a traffic study or environmental study? Because that's a very busy intersection. It has so much traffic going on for our children to be there. It was a detriment when the building was open years ago. Nothing has changed except it's got worse, not better. So have we done an environmental study to have the school open there or a traffic study?
The traffic study was done some time ago, but the environmental study, yes. And now you have to remember one thing between this school and the last school. The last school, the students walked there. This time they're going to be bused and they're going to be dropped off on site. There is no need for any student to be going out on the sidewalk at Prospect School out onto Peninsula Boulevard. None whatsoever. In fact, I would ask Dr. Garcia and all the people that are in charge, the facilities director and security, to make sure that parents will come on site. Can you go back to that, the back of the school there for me? You see the parking lot in the back there with the red and the green, the red car up front and that green car right there? That would be a drop-off circle for the parents. They can drop their kids off and go back out onto Peninsula. There will be no students dropped off on Peninsula Boulevard. We're going to have somebody out there to make sure that everybody is being dropped off on the property so that there will be no, in fact, it's better than it was before because kids was walking there. These children are not walking. You have to remember that. Okay?
Let's show the buses. So some would be dropped off here and the others will be the buses over here. So there would be no choice walking to this building whatsoever. Now my next question, when Prospect was closed down, the summer before it was closed down, the school we spent, the district spent, how much money we spent? For money, said over $100,000 that summer trying to fix Prospect up. We spent that money and the school never opened up. And we were still, a bond that had been floated previously, we were still paying for a bond to fix Prospect. Do we feel we want to put this money out here for a school that it failed before, spending on maintenance? We spent a lot of money on a bond that we still, excuse me, Bessie, I'm speaking. I'm speaking, Bessie. You can raise your hand and have your turn.
Sorry.
Thank you. But we spent a lot of money on a bond, and are we still paying for that bond now, Charles?
I believe we do have a couple of payments left on that bond.
Right, so how many years was that bond for?
I would have to check with Mr. Garrett, but I think it was either 10 or 15 years. 15 years? 10, John?
If it was a reconstruction bond,
15
years.
years, the school's been closed down, what, about 5?
It's been a longer than that.
So we paid for a bond, and we only got 10 years out of that bond, but we're paying for it for 15 plus years. Does that make sense? This is a one-time deal, what you're saying with this XLA aid. Should we
Yes.
spend it on Prospect School, and we have no other school in our district that needs this money? Prospect is the only one?
Here's one thing you have to remember. This money is earmarked for specific buildings. It is earmarked for the reconstruction of Prospect School, not demolition, not an entire brick and mortar site. It's just for Prospect.
Prospect School. No other
Only
school.
Prospect School is the one that we put in for, is the only one.
That's the only one you put in for. Is that to our best interest, or is that your best
You know what? No, not my best interest. Now I'm talking about. I'm not looking at it for myself. This is not about me. This is not about us. I'm looking at what's best for the children and for the community. Right now we have spent, and nobody is talking about this. We have spent almost $10 million renting the building. We're not going to get anything back.
That's right.
And if I was a parent, and I am, I talk about it all the time, that's why we're doing this, I would be knocking the door down. Because we are continuously spending all this money and can't get a dime back. Not one penny. But what I'm saying to you is that we have to start somewhere. Now I know that this project is probably not perfect, and none of them are going to be. I don't care where we start, none of them are going to be perfect. But we have to start somewhere to start renovating these buildings and giving our kids a safe place, a learning environment that they can be safe and secure, to make sure that we're getting what we pay for.
Now with this 18 million, are we having air conditioning?
I believe there's HVAC in that building? Yes, it is.
Throughout the entire building, not in just the staff's office?
Yes. John? Mr. Moore, I'm sorry. Dr. Moore.
I didn't hear the answer.
Oh,
They were still talking to each other. I didn't hear the
I'm
answer.
sorry. Okay, he'll get back to you in a second.
yeah, actually, 2 questions. You mentioned at the beginning of your presentation that you would have access to the rear for emergency vehicles. My question is, have you done a survey so that we know that we have enough land and everything? This is beautiful. You answered my questions earlier, but I'm concerned with where the fencing and everything is in Prospect right now, that we indeed don't have access to the rear of the building.
I was asking about the size of the site and whether you can design that roadway to go around.
I think Mr. Moore, Dr. Moore is asking, is that actually our property?
Right, because the way that it is right now, you have a fence right there. I don't know whether that fence is on our property or on the line or what. But I just want to make sure that what we're seeing on the drawing is indeed the space and everything that we have for this particular project.
So everything you see is, yes, is definitely your property, and that's why the drawing is done as such. And I guess you can see it a little bit more clear on this one. So you see right along the dividing line?
Right, I see a very large space with no problem. My concern is knowing what the space looks like right now, and again, making sure that indeed we have enough space to do what I'm seeing on these renderings. Second question is, have you decided on the wording for the bond referendum? Because depending upon how you do the wording, you may very well be able to take care of a number of the problems and concerns that I've heard here tonight.
Say the word bond,
You say we putting money up.
that to us, it only means we have to pay for it in the end.
No,
So-
in the beginning.
Well, we have to pay for it in the
Right.
beginning.
We have to float the money.
And so, to add to what he's saying, in clarity, a lot of this could be avoided. If we don't have to pay for it, we should always be a go with something that benefits the children. No matter what, it benefits part children, some children, it's still going to benefit the children. And it should always be a go on it. So if it's not going to cost us, and it's always going to cost us somewhere along the line with the state, they're going to come back at us. But right now, it's not going to cost us, and it benefits everyone. That's the key operative word, is the way you're going to word it, and that'll stop a lot of this stuff here.
You have that flyer with you? Let's be clear now that it did cost us something in last year's budget.
$500,000.
$500,000. That's in here.
Yeah.
That's been taken care of already.
Right. But it's on there.
Yes, it's on here.
We don't want to
It's
use the
included.
And work day and night, literally, on all the information material that has been disseminated so far about this prospect fund. I also am very well connected with the local media. I would appreciate the feedback on where residents in this community is getting their information, because what we keep hearing is that they do not know the meaning, they do not know about this. But I have advertised in every paper that is in this village. I just